Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie. Welcome if this is your first visit here. We will be doing a pick a card reading this week for January 24th through January 30th, 2021. Somehow it feels to me like we just kind of skated right through that whole first month of 2021. There has been so much going on energetically collectively that it just feels to me like everybody's been holding their breath. And then last week there was just this kind of collective sigh. Not necessarily a sigh of relief quite yet, but a sigh like we can stop holding our breath a little bit. So this week, again, like I said, pick a card this week. We do have a full moon on January 28th. First full moon of 2021, and those are generally great for release. And I feel like this one is going to be really great for release, given that whole collective kind of purging energy and that outward sigh that we've all let out, or many of us have let out over the past week or so. So we do have that energy on the 28th, and then we go straight into a Mercury retrograde on the 30th. So no rest in here. So Mercury retrograde, it's kind of become like an internet meme kind of thing where, you know, everybody posts these jokes about it and attributes everything that goes wrong to Mercury retrograde, but it's not really such a bad thing. It's just a time to slow down a little bit. It's, you know, the planet is kind of going in reverse. So it's a time to say, what do we need to slow down? Maybe take a closer look at, kind of step back from. That's the kind of energy it is to me. Not, you know, anything catastrophic. You know, things may be a little glitchy, but haven't they been for the past year? So I think we're all perfectly capable of handling the glitchiness at this point. It's not going to, you know, throw us into a tizzy or anything. Overall, it's feeling better. So, you know, many of us might not even notice the retrograde quite as much as we normally would. But do be, you know, just careful. What can you spend more time on? What can you slow down a little bit? What can you take a closer look at in your life? Introspection is what this gives us a time to observe. So this week, again, it's January 24th through January 30th. But if you do come across this reading outside of that time frame and the guidance feels relevant to you, then it's absolutely relevant outside that time frame. It is timeless in that respect. So this week, these are going to be our pick a card crystals. I actually, despite my fairly extensive crystal collection, I don't think I have any of these. So this is from the Healing Crystals Oracle deck number 5. So this is kind of the one that has really rare crystals in it. So I'm just using the cards as the object themselves. We will call this Hewlandite card 1 or group 1, Veracite group 2, and Fluorapatite group 3. And I will read about them to you, but just kind of take a second and tune into the energy or the graphic or however you want to tune into that. So that's going to be group 1. That's the Hewlandite crystal. And then this is going to be what we call group 2. That's the Veracite crystal. And then this will be group 3, what we call the Fluorapatite crystal. What we call group 3, the Fluorapatite crystal. So this week I thought we would do 3 cards for each of the pick a card groups. The first one will be kind of what to release or let go of during this full moon energy that's coming up on the 28th. And it goes, you know, about 3 days on either side of it. So if you don't catch it right on the full moon, it's still a great energy to work with at any time during this week. So what we need to let go of for each group. And then what to take kind of special care or put your focus on during the retrograde. What can you inspect a little closer during the retrograde? And then the last card for each group will be how your soul's gifts are unfolding or how best to use them moving forward. Maybe how to be of service or kind of how to connect with your soul's gifts or your purpose moving forward. So again, group 1, group 2, group 3. And for the first card, the what to release during this full moon that's coming up, I'm going to use this Tosha Silver, the Wild Offering Oracle deck. And then for the what to focus your special care on or what to pay a little bit of attention to, I'm going to use the Oracle of the Seven Energies. And then for how to use your soul's gifts or connect with your purpose moving forward, kind of connect with your own energy, we're going to use the Starseed Oracle for that third card for each group. And again, for the crystal energy, it's going to be this crystal deck number 5 from Healing Crystals. So let's go ahead and start with the Hewlandite group, group 1. And the 3 keywords for Hewlandite are ancient information, visualization, and past lives. So it's going to connect with the heart and the crown. So really kind of bringing that intuitive information in, that higher spiritual energy in, that connection to your higher self in the universe, and filling it into the heart center so that you're able to use that kind of wealth of information and that higher knowledge to be more in an energy of unconditional love for others, but also, and more importantly, unconditional love for yourself. Regardless of what you're feeling or going through right now, kind of giving yourself a pass this week and saying, okay, I really am doing the best I can. Why am I expecting myself to change so quickly? Why am I expecting things to happen for me so quickly? Why do I expect myself to adapt so quickly? And giving yourself a little bit of that compassion that you would, and that unconditional energy that you would allow others. So the mantra or affirmation you can use this week if you chose group 1 is, my mind is open and my vision is clear. My mind is open and my vision is clear. Okay, so on to what to release if you chose group 1. And it's impatience. That is interesting given the message that I just got from the Hewlandite about, why do I expect so much of myself? Maybe you don't extend the same patience and courtesy and compassion to yourself that you do to others. So this is saying what to release, what to let go of is impatience. And I really feel like for you group 1 folks, this may have, you could be an impatient person in general, yes, but I feel like a lot of times it extends to you. It's directed at yourself. So this says, my life is unfolding in divine timing. All delays are beneficial. I'm always at the right place at the right time. So that's going to be kind of the energy to let go of, letting go of impatience and focusing on knowing that things will happen when they are supposed to for you. Can you imagine if we always got what we wished for exactly when we wished for it? I mean, aren't there things in your life that you look back and it's such a blessing in disguise that it didn't come to you, or it didn't come to you when you really were wishing for it to? There are higher powers at work. One of those higher powers being our connection to our soul self or our higher self. So I always trust that part of me knows a little more than this human part of me that contains the emotions and the ego and all of that good stuff. So kind of letting go of that energy of impatience and knowing that if it is for you, it will come to you. So then for you group 1 people, what to focus or pay some special attention to or give some special care to during the retrograde. And it is the number 45 card, which is going to be an energy center 7 card in this deck, which equates to the third eye. So that kind of intuitive spiritual energy coming in, the energy of thought. So it combines rational thought, logical thought, mental abilities with the energy of your intuition and connecting with that higher self energy we were just talking about. So this is about having a lot of focus on wanting to know what's going to happen, wanting to know what the future holds, wanting to gaze into that crystal ball and see what the outcome is going to be. And the guidance, because this comes up in the spot where we're focusing on what special care, special attention to pay during Mercury Retrograde, the guidance is, surrender that. Let go of that. Don't wonder what's around every corner. Allow things to unfold. This is the exact same energy as this impatience card. So, not trying to figure out the outcome and trusting that there are larger forces at work for you. These are benevolent forces that are working on your behalf to support you and give you what you want. So, very much the same energy as what you are being called to release and then move into. And it is called, I don't think I said what this card is called, it's called Beyond the Ordinary. So when you let go of these preconceived notions of what's available to you and move into the energy of surrender and allowing anything to come to you, the universe says, oh, okay, we're not pigeonholed into this little idea. We can do that or something better. So that's the energy to kind of focus on during the retrograde, is allowing things outside the ordinary, things that your human mind couldn't even come up with, to be in a position to better flow to you because you are surrendering and knowing that there are greater forces at work for you. And then the energy of kind of how to tune into your soul's gift or be of service, or how your gifts are unfolding, how to connect with those. For you, Group 1 is the Portal card from the Starseed Oracle. And this says doors are opening, you decide, rewards, wild card. So this always reminds me of the wild card from Uno, where it's just kind of like, I can make anything else into what I want. So it's kind of got an alchemist energy of taking the energy you currently have, and based on your decision and the paths you go down or the doors you walk through, being able to turn your current energy into something so much better for you, so much more in alignment for you. And what this is saying, coming up in how to connect with your soul's gifts or allow this to unfold, is work on this impatience. Know that there are greater things coming. Know that your life is unfolding in divine timing. Know that you are meant for things, and things are available to you that are beyond the ordinary. And then when they are presented to you, you will be able to see them. You will recognize them for the wild cards they are, and you will know which portal to go down because you are connected to this higher self energy and the energy of the divine. And you don't have preconceived notions, so you can just go where you are led. So that is your energy for this week, Group 1. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will move on to Group 2, which is this lovely Verasite card. So Verasite connects really strongly to the heart chakra. Its 3 keywords are expansion, harmony, and peace. And the mantra or affirmation you can work with this week is, I am ready to live my life to its full potential. So I kind of can't wait to see what other cards come out for you, Group 2. I am ready to live my life to its full potential. And aren't we all kind of ready to get back into moving forward, living our lives? So that is your crystal energy for this week, Group 2. And let's see what your energy is for what to release or what to let go of, what to work on during this full moon. And it is the forgiveness card. And it says, healing comes from acceptance. Help me to fully accept what is, knowing that this alone will open me to the new. I am ready to live my life to its full potential. And then surrendering to acceptance says, this alone will open me to the new. So very interesting. And very indicative of the fact that maybe there needs to be some forgiveness work done during this full moon, or, anytime you're called to. But I keep feeling like this is not so much others, that this is also about forgiving the self, maybe for decisions you've made, looking back with regret or shame, or, just any of those kind of lower, more negative vibrational energies, and extending the same compassion and courtesy to yourself that you would to others. So very much an energy, and this could be that you need to forgive someone else, but it also could be that kind of self-work. So what to release during the full moon is anything you're holding onto that's causing those lower energies of grief, shame. It's just time to let go of them. Time to lighten that energy body so you can move forward. So that is your what to let go of energy for this week, and what to work on is forgiveness. And then your energy from the Oracle of the 7 energies for what to focus on or pay special attention to, or some additional care during the Mercury Retrograde, is the beautiful Uncaging. And this is one of my favorite cards from this deck. It's the number 14 card, which is that sacral energy, that energy of creation. And it's about self-truths and honesty and authenticity, and how really being authentic and true to yourself allows you to come out of your cage. And it may be for those of you who chose this group that there needs to be some additional work surrounding forgiveness for the part you played in something or the part that someone else played in something, but allowing all of that energy to go away. And, this is never about forgiving people who have been abusive to you or that sort of energy, but it's, a lot of times people who have been through traumas and abusive situations, they still carry these energies and they direct them toward themselves. So, even if it happened when we're children, kind of carrying that guilt or trauma or shame. So this is about, forgiving the situation, not necessarily the person if it is a traumatic or abusive situation, but forgiving the situation and forgiving the energy that is keeping you from moving forward. And sometimes when we're kids, we don't understand that, we don't really have as much free will as an adult would. And even when we're adults, sometimes we don't really feel like we can exercise our free will. So this is never about sort of putting up with or staying in abusive or traumatic situations. It's about the time to purge the energies we still carry from things that have happened in the past. So this is about letting go of those, saying, I didn't, play any part in this, and I'm forgiving the entire situation, and I'm just letting go of these energies so that I can uncage myself. So, it's saying I hold the key to my own beautiful uncaging. And doing whatever you need to do, whether that's counseling, therapy, anything you need to do to kind of get in the energy of this beautiful uncaging, of letting go of those energies, of getting in that energy of forgiveness so that can be just purged from your life and you can move forward in a much healthier space. So that's what this energy is about for you this week, Group 2, is what to focus on, what special attention to pay during Mercury retrograde is. What are you holding on to? Is there anything you're holding on to that needs to be free, that needs to be let out, and sort of uncaging that and purging that energy? And then how to kind of move forward or connect with your purpose, your gifts. For you, Group 2, is the lifting the veil. So this also has that same energy of kind of pulling back the curtains and seeing what is still in there that needs let go of, that needs light brought to it. So lifting the veil says questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. So this is really about being in alignment with your truth, with speaking your truth, but also just being authentic and kind of being truthful with yourself, even if you don't speak it to anyone else, but saying, okay, this is what I'm feeling, and this is how I'm going to deal with it, and this is how I'm going to let go of it. So anything unaligned must go. That's how you pull back the curtains and let the light in. That's how you get to the point of this beautiful uncaging. So that is your energy for this week, Group 2. And then let's move on to Group 3. Those of you who chose this fluorapatite crystal, which also connects really strong with the heart chakra. All three of the crystals this week are heart chakra crystals. This one's 3 keywords are expression, harmony, and ease. And the mantra or affirmation you can use this week is, I welcome new opportunities into my life. I welcome new opportunities into my life. Sure, fluorapatite. And then, so for those of you who chose this group, Group 3, the what to release during the full moon energy that you're working with is creative blocks. So that's much different than the other 2 groups. It says, if you are an artist of any kind, you can offer all work to the divine, making it God's alone. I offer this for the highest good to benefit the planet. Release me from any blocks and restrictions. May this serve all who need. And it's got this cute little bumblebee energy down there at the bottom, which is all about kind of creativity and movement. But this is interesting because The third card in each group is how to use your soul's gifts, how to allow things to unfold. And this says, I offer this for the highest good to benefit the planet. So, if you chose this card and you are an artist of any kind, and everybody is, it doesn't have to be painting or sculpting or, a lot of the things that people traditionally think of as art. Do you write? Do you journal? Do you do crafts with your kids? Do you bake? Do you cook? Anything in that is an artistic expression. It's a creative expression. So if you've been feeling blocked and stagnant and like you just are not expressing yourself in whatever way brings you joy, then this is the week that you are to start doing that again. So what to release during this full moon is your creative blocks. So that is your energy group 3. And if you feel disconnected from your creativity, just using this suggestion and then offering it up to the divine and saying, use me, show me how to express myself. How do I express myself creatively? What's going to make me feel fulfilled? And then what to focus or pay some special attention to during the retrograde is the 17 card from the Oracle of the Seven Energies, which is very interesting on the heels of this creativity card because it's the storyteller. So it is connected to the solar plexus, which is, connection to ourself, to our truth, to our authenticity. And this is about rewriting your own story. What story do you want to tell? We can rewrite our story at any time. We can portray ourselves differently. You can tell any story you want. And this isn't about falsities or, blowing ourselves up or being, making things up. This is about connecting with your true, authentic inner self and who you want to be. If you had no limits, if you were not boxed in, who would you be? If you had full reign to create your own future self, who would you be? Because you do. You do have that. And by being your own storyteller and speaking your own truths and really getting in connection with who you are authentically, then you're able to tell this new true story. And because it's true and because it resonates with you on such an energetic level, it manifests very quickly. So anytime we want to make changes that are based on authentic wants, they happen very quickly. I find this interesting, though, too, that on the heels of this creative block, Spirit shows us a pen and paper. So for those of you who are writers or writing or journaling or using the spoken word or telling stories, this is a little extra prompt this week. And then your last card, group 3, is how your gifts are unfolding or what to focus on to best use your soul's gifts. And you get the Star Ancestors card. And this one says hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. So just saying this week, you may need to do a deep dive into something to connect with how you want to express yourself creatively. Is there a new modality you want to try? Have you always worked in one medium and you've always wanted to work in a different medium? What are you being called to look a little deeper into? Because when it comes out in this spot about how your soul's gifts are unfolding or what to connect with, it's saying there's something that would bring you great fulfillment. So, but it's a little buried. So what have you really been wanting to dive into? And this is the week to kind of take that deeper dive and at least start researching what you're being called, how you're being called to express yourself authentically. So that is your energy for this week, group 3. I hope you all enjoyed this week's Pick a Card, and I will see you all next week.